Hello and welcome to God's Minute. I'm Pastor Jonathan Conrad. I'm the senior pastor at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Wilmington, North Carolina. Today, we conclude our study called Stones, which has been a look at David versus Goliath. And today's passage has me thinking of Jim Valvano. So let's get to it. The Philistine came on and drew near to David, with his shield bearer in front of him. When the Philistine looked and saw David, he disdained him, for he was only a youth, ruddy and handsome in appearance. The Philistine said to David, "Am I a dog that you come to me with sticks?" And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. The Philistine said to David, "Come to me, and I will give you your flesh to the birds of the air and to the wild animals of the field." But David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This very day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down and cut off your head, and I will give the dead bodies of the Philistine army this very day to the birds of the air and to the wild animals of the earth, so that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and that all this assembly may know that the Lord does not save by sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hand." When the Philistine drew nearer to meet David, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet the Philistine. David put his hand in his bag, took out a stone, slung it, and struck the Philistine on his forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone, striking down the Philistine and killing him. There was no sword in David's hand. The late Jim Valvano was a college basketball coach who happened to coach my alma mater, the North Carolina State University. Coach V led the Wolfpack to what is still considered the biggest upset in NCAA championship history when the Cardiac Pack upset number one ranked Houston for the 1983 men's basketball championship. Now, I remember watching that game on my small black and white TV, and when Lorenzo Charles put in the winning bucket, I ran out of my room, met my mom and dad, gave them big hugs, and then we waited for about an hour until we heard from my sister, who was attending state at that time, to make sure she was safe. For us Pack fans, the impossible happened that night, but Coach V thought they could do it. He believed they could win, and the Pack believed him, and the Pack followed through and finished strong. They knocked down Goliath. David finished strong as well. It's one thing to say you are going to do something, but it's entirely different to do it. But as David fought Goliath, David never wavered. David never doubted. David believed. David trusted God, and David knew he would win. David can teach all of us to finish what we start, to finish with a bang, not a whimper, to finish with the same energy and confidence as you did when you started. Take what God has given you and use it to do good for others, for yourself, for God. And as Coach Valvano said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And because God is with us, we never have to give up. And that will do it for me this week. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back next week for another edition of God's Minute. Until then, you take care, have a good weekend, and God bless. If you are looking for a place to worship, we invite you to be a part of the St. Paul's family. On Sunday, you can join us at 9 a.m. for our outdoor worship service that features Holy Communion every week, and we have it in the St. Paul's parking lot. Masks are required. At 11 a.m., we live stream our worship service from inside our sanctuary, and you can find that worship service every week on our YouTube channel. And at 12 p.m., we offer drive-through communion in the St. Paul's parking lot, and that is from 12 until 1. And we have gluten-free wafers and grape juice available for those of you who need those items. So please come and join us on Sunday. If you would like to know more about St. Paul's Lutheran Church, contact us on our website, our YouTube channel, Facebook, and email. Our email address is info@stpaulswilmington.org. You can also give to the ministries at St. Paul's online, by text, by mail, or setting up a bank draft through your online banking service. We appreciate your support of the continuing ministries of St. Paul's. You are helping make a difference in this world, and we thank you for supporting St. Paul's Lutheran Church, where all means all.